Hey everybody, how y'all doing? I hope everybody's doing good out there. Just wanted to do a little short video on my low carb, low sugar diet or healthier eating style that I started back in May of 2023. Wanted to tell you guys about my success and what I have done to reach my goals and everything. My main goal, what really got me to start eating healthier and doing healthier things, is a pair of blue jeans that I had years ago, and I haven't been able to wear them for about 5 or 6 years, and I really wanted to get back into wearing those blue jeans because I love those blue jeans. They were super comfortable, and you know, you have to have a inspiration to get you to get motivated to lose the weight. And for me, that was one of my inspirations, and that was my goal. I had other inspirations as well, as you know, a big inspiration is your health, and being heavy and overweight and eating unhealthy foods is not healthy. It's not good for you. And I found this out back in 2017 when I had to have emergency surgery to have my gallbladder removed from years and years of not eating right, not taking care of myself, and just eating whatever I wanted to, drinking, you know, lots of high carb foods and sodas and things like that. So 2017, I had to undergo emergency surgery to remove my gallbladder because it was rupturing. It was in the process of rupturing. So I had my gallbladder removed, and it took me quite a while to get back to being able to do the things that I did before my surgery. And gallbladder problems can start at any age. They can start in young people, they can start in middle-aged people, they can start in older people. It's just one of those things that if you don't take care of your body and you eat things that you shouldn't, it can run into all kinds of problems. Gallbladder, once your gallbladder, you start having problems with your gallbladder, you can start having problems with your liver as well, and with your intestines, and with just everything. It's just a domino effect when you start having trouble with one of your internal organs. So eating healthier is a way to stay healthier. And so that was one of my inspirations as well. Also, after my gallbladder surgery, I got to where I couldn't eat breads, I couldn't eat flour, things made with flour, just a lot of things that I couldn't eat because I would eat them and immediately start having just horrible stomach cramps. And so I started watching videos on, you know, what to do if you've had your gallbladder removed. You know, how can you go back to eating things that you used to enjoy eating. And basically what I learned about was the keto diet. There are certain levels of the keto diet. You can go on a very strict keto diet where you don't eat hardly any carbohydrates or any sugars, and that's how I started out. But before that, let me go back. After having my gallbladder removed, I started to gain weight, and I was eating less than I had been eating before, but still I was gaining weight because the gallbladder was gone and it wasn't doing what it was supposed to do, which was to help process your food. So my food was not being processed correctly, and it was causing me to gain weight. I didn't realize that I was gaining so much weight until I had gained a lot, and I had no idea. I lived my whole life being just barely over 100 pounds. Most of my life I was below 100 pounds. I'm 5'2", and like I said, for most of my life I was under 100 pounds. I worked as a nutritionalist and a bodybuilding instructor. I was a bodybuilder myself. I loved working out. I always kept myself fit and small, and I used to wear a size 0. I wore a size 0 until I was well into my 20s. So when I had my gallbladder removed, I just really didn't pay any attention to it. And, you know, I started noticing my clothes were fitting tighter, and there were some clothes that I couldn't even wear anymore. I couldn't even get into them anymore. When I went to do tour guiding job in Alaska, I had to order extra large shirts. And so I started to realize that, hey, I was putting on a little bit of weight. But I didn't really worry about it too much, because I figured, oh, well, I'm active. You know, it'll just go away eventually. And I'll just eat less and, you know, I do more exercise and stuff. But later on, when after 2020, I just, you know, wasn't doing anything. I wasn't active. I wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't even going to the grocery store. You know, we were having food delivered to the house, and I wasn't doing anything. And I started in 2023 noticing that people were taking pictures. You know, I'd have it be in a family picture or something like that, and I would look at myself and I wouldn't even recognize myself. I'm like, I've never been that heavy before in my life, and I knew that it was my fault. And I knew that, you know, it was not good for me. And I was still having gallbladder surgery pains, which I shouldn't have been, because it had been, you know, since 2017 is when my gallbladder was removed. In 2023 I was still having sharp pains in my side, and just, you know, all the problems with the food that I was eating, and I couldn't wear most of my clothes anymore, and I just noticed in pictures that I was getting very heavy. And I didn't feel good either. Now, some of you, I'm not bashing anybody for their weight or for anything. Please don't think that. I'm just telling you what worked for me and what was my problems with being overweight, where I didn't feel good. I couldn't even get down on the floor and get back up without, you know, having some kind of help, you know, leverage, you know, couch to hold on to or something like that. And I knew that I was not feeling well, and I had never felt that bad before in my life, because, like I said, I was always active. I was always working out with weights and at the gym, and, you know, just staying active, hiking, doing things that, you know, kept me from being overweight and from being uncomfortable with it. I just realized that, hey, I've got to get a handle on this before it gets too late and I've damaged another internal organ, you know. So I researched it. I looked around. Like I said, I had been a nutritionist years ago. I took a class and got certified on it and everything for working at the gym and being a trainer and everything. So when I just started, you know, researching things that I had known in the past and just refreshing myself on healthier way of living, of eating. And then I started watching some of the keto doctors on YouTube and stuff, and reading about it and everything. And I decided, hey, this is it. I prayed about it, and God kind of led me to where to research and what to look for and how to do it and everything. And I just started eating very, very low carb. When I very first started, I wasn't eating probably 5 grams of carbs a day, eating mostly scrambled eggs or omelets and 2 or 3 slices of bacon. The keto diet is a very easy diet. Low carb, low sugar is a fairly easy diet. The main thing that I cut out right away was my sodas. And I am a huge Pepsi lover. I love Pepsi. I love Pepsi with pizza. I love Pepsi with chocolate. I love Pepsi with boiled eggs. I love Pepsi with everything. But I decided that I needed to cut that out, because that's one of the worst culprits there is for your weight control is Pepsis, Cokes, whatever, sodas. Even the diet ones, they're not good for you. If you read the label, you'll see that it is still full of carbohydrates and full of artificial sweeteners that have carbohydrates in them. So I just did away with all of them. I didn't go from drinking Pepsis to drinking Diet Pepsi or anything like that. I just went to drinking just tea. I started out drinking unsweet tea, and I could never stand unsweet tea. I had to have my tea as sweet as molasses. So that was one of the things that I knew I had to cut that out as well. So I cut out my very sweet tea, and I went to drinking just unsweet tea. I learned to like it, and the way I learned to like it was I started mixing black tea with green tea. The green tea is not as strong or whatever, and it kind of blends together, and that's what I use. I use half and half green tea and half sweet tea, or half and half green tea and half black tea in my tea maker, and that worked very well for me. I also went to drinking lemon water, which lemon water is very good for you to drink. It keeps you from being hungry. I went to eating 1 meal a day, and it might not be as good for you. It might be difficult for some people to do, but I just did it cold turkey. I said I'm doing this because I got on the scale and I weighed 181 pounds. I never weighed that much in my life, and like I said, I'm just 5'2", and I was in an extra large shirt, and I was in like a size, I don't know, 9, 10 pants. I really don't know what size I was in because I wear a lot of leggings, but I was wearing large and extra large leggings. So I said, no, I gotta stop this. This has gotta end. I can't do this. So I decided to do it. So I started eating just very, very low carbs, no bread, no sodas, no sugar, no candy of any kind, no anything. You can eat like dark chocolate. Unsweetened dark chocolate is what I started eating, and I never was a big dark chocolate fan either, but I learned to like it because I know that it's better for me. So I started eating just lots and lots of low sugar, low carb things, and also doing intermittent fasting, which if you're not used to intermittent fasting, which I've always just kind of eaten, one major meal a day. That's pretty much all I've ever done my whole life, is eat one major meal a day and then just something small throughout the rest of the day. But one of the problems was that I was snacking well into the night because I'm an insomniac and I don't sleep. I might sleep 2 or 3 hours a night, and so the rest of the time I was just snacking on stuff, Cheetos, whatever, potato chips of all kinds, chocolate, Little Debbie's, all kinds of things, and drinking soda up until 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. So I decided that this has got to stop. I've got to get a handle on this. So I just kind of went cold turkey. But like I said, I was used to just eating one main meal a day. So what I did was I continued to eat that one main meal a day, and I stopped snacking. I stopped all my snacking after 8 o'clock. I wouldn't eat anything. And then as time went on, I stopped snacking at 4 o'clock. I stopped eating at 4 o'clock. I didn't have anything to eat after 4 o'clock. Just lemon water. And I did that for a couple of months. I was actually losing an average of 10 pounds a month doing it the way I was doing it. Like I said, I started in May of 2023, and this is April of 2024, and I have lost around 72 pounds. I have about 12 more pounds that I want to lose. I want to be at 105, and then I'm going to start working out with weights and things, and building in some muscle weight, so I will gain some of my weight back, but it will be muscle weight gain instead of just weight gain. So I learned a lot of new recipes. I learned a lot of new dessert recipes that have very low carbs. I'm actually going to do some videos on some of the recipes that I have. I might actually do some cooking things and show you guys how to make some really good, delicious food that's low carb and low sugar. Because I know that's one of the hardest parts about it is, you know, you love all these awesome foods and you have to cut out so much of it that you're just like, oh no, I don't want to do that. There's no way I can do that. But there is. You can do it. I've done it. And like I said, I love food. I cook. I'm a big cook, and I love food, and I cook tons of food. But I've learned that I can't eat all that stuff, so I've learned some alternatives for me. And my family, actually, my mom and my sister actually love most all of the foods that I cook, and they like my desserts. They like everything that I fix. So it's actually helped them to eat a little better as well. So I want to share some of that with you and tell you about some of the things that I do eat and things like that. Now with the keto, when you cut out your carbohydrates and things like that, you're cutting out a lot of your vitamins, and it's very easy when you do that. You're eating very low carbs. You're getting very low calories. You're just changing the whole way that your body works, and it's very easy to not get enough of your vitamins and things, so you have to be very careful with that. I already have a problem with chemical imbalances sometimes, so I had to research that as well and figure out, you know, what vitamins I needed to be getting. So there's a couple of things that you can, like side effects that you can get from doing a low carb, low sugar diet. And one of those things is what they call keto rash. And I actually developed keto rash about 2 to 3 weeks into the beginning of when I first started. And what I found was that just lots and lots of, I used aloe, I used all kinds of itch stuff, and nothing worked. So what I figured out was that I was having a B12 deficiency, because I read about what deficiencies cause what, and I knew a lot of it too from my nutritional class years ago. So what I realized was it was a B12 deficiency that was happening to me, B12. So I started taking B12, and almost immediately the rash cleared up within a day and a half to 2 days. So if you start to feel like you're itching, you know, a bit, get you some vitamin B12. That's what worked for me. I can't guarantee that it'll work for everybody, because everybody's different. Your systems are different. It may not be a B12 deficiency that you're having, but more than likely you are having some kind of a vitamin deficiency that is making you itch. So I think also maybe it might be like a withdrawal symptom from dropping all your sugar and carbohydrates and things. It could be some kind of, you know, shock to your system. But it's worth it. It is worth it. And like I said, I had terrible keto rash, but I still say that it was worth it to get myself through that. I did a lot of praying. God pulled me through it and helped me, and you know, I just that's just what you have to watch out for, is that keto rash. There's also what's considered the keto flu, or keto flu. I never got that. I think what helped me also was probably the B12, and I was taking a multivitamin, vitamin C, and with my gallbladder being removed like it was, my system doesn't process the food the way that it should. I got what's called ox bile that helps my whole system produce the food. So if you've had your gallbladder removed and you're not, things aren't processing correctly, you're having a lot of pain, a lot of problems, digestion problems, try those ox bile. You can order them off of Amazon. There's different types of them. They're basically bile salts, I think is what they're called, but the one that I found works for me is called ox bile, and I order it off of Amazon, and it works great. So that's the two main concerns with keto, is that, and if you're a diabetic, you need to watch your ketone levels too. They have these little strips that you can order from Amazon I think you can get them uptown also, but it's to measure your ketones. But you need to keep a good eye on your ketone levels and your insulin levels and things like that, and adjust what you're doing accordingly. Like I said, I'm not an expert on it. I am not a medical professional of any kind, and it's a good idea maybe even to check with your doctor when you start a keto diet, or do like I did and just go on YouTube and watch some of the actual keto diet doctors. Watch one of the actual YouTube keto doctors. There are a lot of them. There are a lot of the keto doctors on there that specialize just in the keto lifestyle. A lot of people have success with the carnivore diet as well, and that's also very low carb. You eat mostly meats, or basically all meats, but I just couldn't do that because I am a salad person. I absolutely love salad, fresh vegetables, berries, melons, things like that, that when you're on the carnivore, you really don't eat any of that stuff. You just eat meat. You don't eat anything to go with it. And a lot of people, like I said, they've had great success with that. It just wasn't something that I thought I could do. Don't want to disappoint myself or anything by not being able to do it. I knew from just, researching, and I knew that that was not for me. I just couldn't do that because, like I said, I love salad. But one thing though, you do have to be careful with eating salads, because a lot of your fruits, your vegetables, your melons, all of that stuff, they also have pretty high carbohydrates and natural sugars too, which also will turn into a carbohydrate. So you got to be careful with that, with how much you're consuming. Just because you're eating a salad doesn't mean that you can eat, 5 pounds of salad at one sitting. You have to kind of, eat that sparingly too. Anything, too much of anything is not good. So you have to really, really watch your consumption on that, especially if you're eating, fatty salad dressings and stuff. I don't eat salad dressing. I don't really like salad dressing. I never have. I don't like mayonnaise, so I've never really liked any salad dressings. The only thing I might eat once in a while is some Olive Garden dressing. That's about the only thing that I like, their Italian dressing. So that's not a big thing for me either, but just so you're aware that just because you think, oh, hey, I'm not eating any carbohydrates, I'm just eating this 2-pound salad, well, you are eating carbohydrates and you're also eating sugars, natural sugar. So you have to watch that. You are getting a lot of fiber, and fiber is something that you do need to eat a lot of on keto. It helps to regulate the ketones. But like I said, I just don't think that I could do the carnivore diet. Like I said, a lot of people have had really good success with it, and they don't have any problem doing it. A lot of people that don't really like vegetables and things like that, but I'm a vegetable lover. So let's see, keto flu, keto rash, salads, carnivore. Like I said, there's different levels of the keto diet, and when I first started out, I was very strict keto. I ate below 20 grams of keto or carbohydrates and sugar a day. That's combined. That's combining your carbohydrates and your sugars. I cut out pretty much all of my sugar. I wasn't eating any kind of sugars, except for what was in like vegetables and things like that, the natural sugars. That's the only sugars that I was consuming. And very, very low carbohydrates. I was eating below 10 or 12 grams of carbohydrate and sugar combined when I first started. And I started losing weight almost immediately. And like I said, I was losing about 10 pounds a month. And I wasn't starving either. I was like I said, I was drinking the lemon water, and that helps you a lot. I had a bottle of lemon water with me just constantly. Everywhere I went, I had a bottle of lemon water, and that's what I was doing. And I was eating 1 meal a day at around 2:30, and then I wouldn't eat anything again until 2:30 the next day. So I was doing this intermittent fasting, and I was not hungry at all, because I had the lemon water, and also I was just praying that that I wouldn't have hunger or I wouldn't be craving anything. So that's what got me through the beginning of the intermittent fasting. But like I said, if you're not used to eating just one major meal a day, you need to kind of slow that down and don't go right into intermittent fasting. Kind of work on that a little bit at a time. But you want to get to where you're eating, you're just eating, you know, that one meal a day, or you can have a window of maybe 4 or 6 hours that you can eat. And then you want to go at least 12 to 15 hours or more, whatever you can handle without eating anything. That's your intermittent fasting. Now you can still drink your lemon water during that time, or plain water, or unsweet tea, and that's okay. But you just want to not have any food for 12 hours or more. You just learn to cut out all that, you know, evening and nighttime snacking. And you can have coffee. Coffee's not bad. You can have coffee as long as you don't put a lot of creamer and a lot of sugar and stuff in it. Some creamers are low carb, and you can have those creamers, and you can use maybe Sweet and Low or stevia or Swerve or any of the artificial sweeteners, but you still got to watch those too, because if you look on the packet of those, they also have carbohydrates in them. So if you're wanting to keep yourself below a certain amount of carbohydrates, you need to add in all of your sugar packets that you're going to be using also. And you want to eat plenty of proteins, you want to eat plenty of fiber and things like that. And once you get your body into what's known as ketosis, where your body is using fat for its energy and not the sugars and the carbohydrates and all of that crap, then you will get into ketosis, and that's where you want to be. That's where you start to lose the weight pretty quickly. Now I also do what's known as long-term fasting. Once in a while, if I know I'm going to be going to a family event, or I'm going to a buffet or something like that, you know, on the weekend or whatever, I'll do an extended fast, which is where you go 24, 72 hours, or whatever you can go without getting hungry and eating. And if you are familiar with reading the Bible and things like that, fasting, they actually did fasting back in even the Bible days, and it's not only is it, you know, good for your body, for cleansing your body, but it's also a really good time to get in touch with your spiritual self. Your, you know, just, you want to do a little bit of meditating, you want to pray about it and ask God to help you to not be hungry, to help you to not have cravings, and to help you to be nourished through Him and not through food. And you know, there's lots of religions that still do very long-term fasting, but you don't want to over-exceed yourself. I mean, if you start to feel hungry and you feel faint or whatever, you want to go ahead and eat you a little bite of something, but don't try to go back to eating a whole lot at one time. So if I'm going to be eating at a buffet or a family gathering or something on a Saturday, I will start fasting on Wednesday or Tuesday. I will fast Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then on Friday I'll eat maybe 3 scrambled eggs and 2 or 3 slices of bacon for Friday. And then on Saturday I can go to the buffet. I can eat, you know, I don't go overboard still. I don't eat a lot of carbohydrates. I don't eat, you know, potatoes and things like that. But you can eat, you know, the meats. You can eat the carrots. You can eat broccoli. You can eat barbecued ribs. You can eat whatever. And you can eat, you know, more because you've been fasting for 3 days, 2 to 3 days. And it's going to equal itself out. And that has worked very well for me. Pizza is probably one of my favorite foods in the world, and I can still have pizza. I actually just make my pizza. What I do is I fry some bacon. I put that in the bottom of my pan, and then I put my toppings, and I don't I don't really like pizza sauce, but you could put pizza sauce on it if you wanted to. But you put your toppings, you put your cheeses and everything on there. You stick it in the oven, you pull it out, and you've got bacon for a crust. And oh, it's so, so delicious. There are also low carb, like burrito wraps or tortilla wraps. You can use those. There's several out there that are very low carb, and they're actually pretty good to use for pizza crust. I use those for my bread. If I want a hot dog bun or something like that, I use one of the very low carb tortillas, and that works out well for me. I'm not a huge bread person anyway. I used to be. I love yeast rolls. I love, hamburger buns, and I love grilled cheese sandwiches. There's a lot of things that I really love on bread. I love bread, but you got to think about, is eating all this bread, worth it? And for me, personally, it wasn't, because every time I ate bread, I got sick. Really sick, after my gallbladder was removed. So I had to cut out bread anyway, or else, be sick all the time. But I just want you guys to know that it's not that hard to do. I will be happy to help you any way that I can. I can write you up a menu for a week. I can set you up on an intermittent fasting schedule, anything like that. I can help you with that. Now, like I said, I'm not guaranteed that this will work for anybody, because everybody is different. There's not one person out there who loses weight at the same rate as someone else. I mean, there's so many variables to each individual person. But I'm just telling you what I did and what worked for me. And I will be glad to help you and tell you more in depth what I ate, what I did, how I lost the weight. I went from, like I said, around 181, 182 pounds, and I'm down to 118. So this last month, I guess month or so, I've been kind of stuck. But the reason for that is because I haven't really done any fasting in the last month, or about a month and a half. I haven't done any fasting. But if I will do, a 24-hour, 48-hour, 72-hour fast or something like that, the weight will start going off again. It's just, sometimes you just get stuck in a plateau and you need to do a little extended fasting, and that'll get your body back into ketosis. I've also been eating popcorn. Popcorn, you can have popcorn, but you're really not supposed to have as much popcorn as I've been eating. And I like fresh butter on my popcorn, so that's kind of stalled me out a little bit, but it's easy to just get back on it. But I haven't really been. When Shaggy passed away, my little Shaggy, my little dog, passed away in January, it kind of made me kind of depression eating, I guess. I don't know, but I've gotten back away from that. I'm doing well. I love my new puppy, Lily, and I'm, getting back into my routine of eating just the one meal a day and not doing so much snacking. So I'm getting back on track. And like I said, I probably need to do a quick fast to get my body back into ketosis again. Also, some days when I'm on an extended fast, I will do a protein drink, a protein shake of some kind. You do want to research it though and find out which protein drinks are low in carbohydrates and low in sugar, because some of the protein drinks are pretty high in carbs and sugar. So you want to watch that and make sure that you're getting a good quality, high protein, and not too many calories as well. Some protein shakes, powders have a lot of calories, because a lot of them are designed for bodybuilders and weightlifters, and they're very high in protein and calories, because if you're working on, building muscle, you're going to need a lot of protein and calories. So if you're not, doing that, then you need to find a protein shake that is very low in carbohydrates, very low in calories, and very low in sugar. and they are out there. So you just want to research that. You want to read a lot of labels. A lot of things will say keto friendly or keto this or keto that, but you also want to read the other things that are going to attribute to your weight loss. You're going to need to read the calories, how many calories are in it. Just because it's low carb doesn't mean it doesn't have a lot of calories. You also want to check to see if it has hidden sugars in it. Some things have hidden sugars that you don't know about. You just have to read your labels, learn what everything is, and try your best to eat mostly fresh veggies, fresh fruits, fresh things, meats that aren't highly processed. Walmart's like chicken and hamburger meat and all of that stuff. A lot of it is processed in other places, other countries, and a lot of times it is processed with chemicals that are not keto friendly, and a lot of them are just downright bad for you, and you just have to, research that and make sure that you're getting high quality meats, you're getting high quality fats. You can eat cream cheese, you can eat yogurt, you can eat heavy whipping cream, you can eat lots of eggs, you can eat, like I said, veggies and fruits. Some of your fruits and some of your vegetables are very high in carbs, though. Make sure you're checking on that, because a lot of your fruits and vegetables are very high in carbs. You have to learn which ones are okay for you to eat and which ones aren't. But you wanna if you have a butcher shop in your area or somewhere where you can get fresh meat, that's the best way to do it, is to go and get fresh meat, because it's not got preservatives and things like that in it that could add calories or could add carbohydrates or could add sugars. As far as, I'll tell you right now, as far as sweeteners, my favorite sweetener is called Swerve. They have granulated, powdered, and brown sugar, and they are so good. You cannot tell the difference between that and real sugar. My whole family has eaten things that I've made with Swerve in it, and I didn't tell them it had Swerve in it. I didn't tell them it had artificial sweeteners or anything in it, and they could not tell at all. It doesn't have a bad aftertaste or anything like that, but that's the best. Stevia is okay, but stevia tends to upset people's stomach. It also has a weird taste to it sometimes. I can use it in a pinch, but my very favorite is Swerve. It's a very, very good product. I also have learned to use a lot of extracts instead of using like maple syrup or something like that. You can get maple extract, and that's a lot better for you. I use all kinds of extracts because extracts are very low in carbs and very low in sugar, bad sugars. You still have to watch that label though, because some of them are higher in sugars than others. But that's been my weight loss journey. Like I said, I don't really consider it what they call clean keto. I guess I'm dirty keto or whatever, but I try to stay, like I said, below 20 grams of carbs and sugar combined a day. I eat one meal a day at around 2:30, 3 o'clock usually. Sometimes it's a little later. And then like I said, to really get the weight going off quickly, you need to not eat anything past, say, 4 o'clock or 6 o'clock. Definitely not past 8 o'clock. And you need to do intermittent fasting for at least 12 hours to get your body into ketosis. And you need to, like I said, keep an eye on your keto levels and also on your vitamin intake. Very, very, very important to make sure you are getting the right vitamins, since you're not getting a lot of food with a lot of vitamins. Vitamin C, of course, very important. because you're not eating a lot of your fruits, like tomatoes, oranges, those kinds of things. You don't want to consume too many of those things because they do have high fructose sugars and things in them that do turn into carbohydrates. So you want to be sure that you're taking your vitamin C. You want a really, really good multivitamin, and like I said, the B12 is very, very important. I guess that's it for now. Like I said, I will be doing another video on some of the recipes that I have, and doing some cooking and stuff like that. I try to get the channel on a kind of a schedule to where I can do my cooking and keto stuff maybe once a week. And I was actually thinking about, I don't know what people think about it, but I was actually thinking about doing on Sundays, doing maybe kind of like a prayer circle type thing. So I have some different kinds of videos planned, and I just kind of want to do maybe one of each one a week or something. Before I was trying to push myself to doing a video every day, but I think I'm going to do that. This is too much. So I'm probably going to try to do maybe 2 or 3 videos a week on different things. But I am planning to start doing some cooking and some recipes and showing you guys some of the things that have kept me from craving things and has helped me to lose the weight. And I encourage all of you, if you want to, if you're perfectly happy with the way that you are, then I'm happy for you too, and I don't judge you for anything. Everyone should be where they want to be. They should, have the lifestyle that they want to have. They should be able to eat however they want to eat, whatever they want to eat, and that's fine. I don't judge anyone for any of that. I think body shaming is wrong. I don't think you should ever body shame anybody for any reason whatsoever. But if you do want to embark on weight loss, healthier eating, I would be glad to go into more depth with you and help you out with it. When I worked at Gold's Gym years ago, there was a gentleman came in. He was way overweight. He wanted to lose some weight because he had 2 small twins. I think they were 3 years old, and he just was very unhealthy. He was a very young guy, but he was very unhealthy. He was way overweight. He couldn't get on the floor and play with the kids. If you picked them up and carried them for any amount of time, he got out of breath. He was just unhealthily overweight. And came in. He was one of my clients at the gym. I got him started on a good, healthy eating plan. I got him on an exercise plan, and he actually lost about 80 pounds in about 9 or 10 months. In less than a year, he lost 80 pounds. And so, I can help you if you want help. I'm not a doctor, like I said. I'm I used to be. I'm not even that anymore, but I used to be a certified nutritionalist. And, yeah, so I don't guarantee anything. I'm not charging anybody for anything. I don't expect anything in return. If you want help, I'm here to help you the best that I can. And to at least inspire you and encourage you and believe in you, because I do. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you got something out of this. I hope if you do want some help, you'll come to me and ask me to help you, because I don't mind helping you at all. And just appreciate you watching. Thank you guys for being here. I love you guys. I appreciate you so much. And if you like the video, just, if you wouldn't mind giving me a like, a thumbs up, comment if you want to. Like I said, my comments have to go through me before they get posted, so if you want to send me a personal comment, that's as far as it'll go. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Tell your friends to subscribe. And I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so very much. God bless you all. I will talk to you again later. I love you. Thank you.